Hello, I'm Paul Bechtold, RVP of Debt Elimination Platforms with Gordon Marketing, and with me today is Jim Paris, our in-house final expense and simplified issue marketing specialist. And what we want to talk to you today about is success with final expense. So Jim, let's take it away.
So one of the often overlooked areas in final expense to be a successful agent is going to be your placement of your cases. It's something a lot of agents don't realize. Carriers look at that very carefully. What do I mean when I say placement? When you take an app to them, does it go to issue, right? Carrier reps reach out to me saying, hey, this guy's keep submitting apps with us, keep on declining, can you reach out and work with them? Of course, I'll reach out, we'll go over some underwriting things, go over some different nuances agents might generally overlook. Of course, another big stat that carriers look at is their persistency, right? Especially with final expense, right, Paul? If you're writing business and it's not sticking on the books, it is not good for anyone. It's not good for the client, first and foremost, not good for the agent, not good for the carrier as well.
So, in the life insurance space, it's fair to say, let's just kind of go through the realm and the spectrum of business processing, shall we say. Okay, so there's the submission of the case, right?
Correct.
And then it goes possibly into underwriting, right? And then it gets issued out. And then it goes in force when it gets in the client's hand. And really the rubber doesn't meet the road either for the client or for the agent or for Gordon Marketing until it actually goes paid, right? And that's for you agents, wouldn't you agree, Jim, that's the key metric, right? We got to push it to paid.
Absolutely. As much as I like to do volunteer work, Paul, I am not doing it here. We are all here to make a living. And first and foremost, obviously we're doing right things by our clients, but we're all doing this as a profession. Professionals do get paid. Right. That is the end goal.
Okay, so I heard you say two things earlier. I heard you talk about placement, getting the policy, in action, right? Getting it going, and then keeping it on the books, the persistency side of it. So how did the successful agents go about keeping those metrics and those benchmarks high, Jim?
So with your placement, it's just going to learn your carrier, right? If you're new to the game, reach out, we'll schedule a call, walk you through everything that you're really going to need to know. There's a lot of good software tools that I like to use. Back in the day, people would probably say I was cheating, but technology is what it is. We're in a fast-paced environment, and why not use all the tools that we have to our advantage? As far as persistency, this is where a lot of agents really lack, especially dealing with final expense. It's definitely more of a transactionary process as opposed to getting into a fully underwritten product. You want to be following up with those clients, right? Some of the better agencies even have a retention department where they're reaching directly out to the client every 3-4 weeks, checking in on them, making sure everything's good. And oh yeah, by the way, do you have any referrals? Is there, if you're satisfied with what I did, I'm sure you have a friend or two that might be in need and help. I could help them with my services too. So you definitely have a dual-edged sword there to keep that business on the books.
So I hear you saying a dirty little 7-letter word, service, right? You want a service on the backside, but that's where the pot of gold is sometimes, right, Jim?
The fortune is in the follow-up, right? Do not be so short-sighted as to say, great, like Paul said earlier, I got paid, this thing's in force, on to the next one. You have got to mind your book of business if you are going to be a successful final expense agent, in my opinion.
Okay, so what I like to think of in the life insurance space, or any insurance space, is there's the client's part, there's the agent's part, and there's the insurance carrier's part too, right? So
absolutely.
We can do a little bit better job, being a better agent to the point we're making. We can do a better job of maybe qualifying good clients. What can help as far as finding a good go-to carrier, Jim?
So one of the things that you're going to be looking for is ease of doing business, right? Not only for you as the agent, but for your clients. Final expense, you are working predominantly in an older demographic, so sometimes they're not real up to speed on emails and e-policy deliveries and whatnot. So you're going to be wanting to work with a carrier that has gotten a nice, smooth process for everybody involved in it.
Great. So, any special tools out there to help agents beyond, choosing that right carrier and, finding that go-to? Is there anything else that an agent could put in their quiver of arrows or the toolbox to help business flow a little bit better, help better throughput, help raise persistency and so forth?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things that I use, it's a software tool called Insurance Toolkits. It is phenomenal. There's another product out there, Best Plan Pro, equally impressive. I just find Insurance Toolkits to be a little bit smoother. Just kind of eliminates any noise and keeps that placement ratio a lot higher than normally would be for old school agents.
Well, Jim, I think the final question I have for you is, we're really got a push going on right now, especially going into the AEP. Majority of Gordon Marketing's agents are in the senior space, right? We've got a real push to get them to feel comfortable, open up the life insurance conversation and add that final expense, that simplified issue term as part of their business. Just pick up the nickels and dimes along the way with the dollars and make some easy money along the way. How can agents help get involved? What can you do to help assist them if they're not familiar with the life insurance market or process?
No, first I would suggest reach out to me. Call me at the office. I'm at extension 208. You could always email me, jim@quartermarketing.com, and we could set up a call. I always like to, as you as the agent should know, I always like to really get to know my clients, know what your practice is about, and then we could really tailor fit something for you. If you are a Medicare agent and you are leading up to AEP, I know times your schedule is jammed with certifications and AHIP and all that's going on. But life insurance is going to be your top opener to get out in front of them before all the other agents start pounding on them and climbing on top of them early October and on through AEP. If you are reaching out to your book of business, talking about life insurance now, when those ANOC letters start rolling in September and AEP rolls around, you're going to be fresh on their mind.
So I hear you saying stickiness and have multiple lines of business and having a reason to talk to them that maybe other agents aren't finding.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Jim, obviously we could go on and on. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Enlightening our agents about a much needed benefit to their clients. Jim, I'll just repeat, how can they get a hold of you in terms of contact, and then we'll close out here in a second.
Sure, you can just shoot me an email, jim@gordonmarketing.com, or call into the office, extension 208, or you could always just ask him for the guy with his silky smooth voice.
And on behalf of that as well, I'm Paul at gordonmarketing.com. My number is 317-626-3054. Our life and annuity team is here to help service you 24/7 for any needs that you may have. Before we get off today, be sure to subscribe to Selling Life and Annuities. Click the notification bell so you're made aware of when another episode comes out. Be sure to like, comment, and share with other associates and clients as well. But on behalf of Jim Paris and myself, we'd like to say happy selling.